But this hadith, okay, even if we understand it according to the way you understand it, it does not make your 12 imams the 12 imams that are appointed by Allah. That's the first point. La, I'm not finished. Okay. Second point, this hadith of the 12 imams being appointed, okay, it doesn't say there will only be 12 imams until the end of time. Again, it says khalifas. It says the khulafa. It says لا يزال الإسلام عزيزا. Okay, the Islam will stay in a state of greatness until 12 khalifas. It doesn't say khalas, only 12 khalifas and then khalas, that's it. Hadith of Jabir bin Samura and Sahih Muslim. You check it out, that's what it says. There are more than 12 khulafa. It's not only 12 khulafa. It's this understanding, this skewed understanding, the misunderstanding of this report, which causes Shias to assume that it's just 12 imams. To return to the hadith, it says Islam will stay in a state of greatness for 12 khulafa. What happens after? It will no longer be in that state.
Okay. Since you want to make that argument, do you have any 12 that you could quote? I mean, how many Khalifa were there in the Ottoman Empire? How many Khalifa were there in the Abbasid Empire? How many were there in the Umayyads? How many Mongols? All of these different, are you saying there's only 12? Is that what you're saying? There's only been 12? Okay. So, I mean, at the end of the day, to mention 12. You want to go on and mention there's more than this or that, that's up to you. My point to you is, you would like to divert from أذكركم الله في أهل البيت. I invite you to address, with the adding of the word Allah, I know it might pain you, but I would like you to translate it properly and give your perspective after translating the hadith of Thaqilain properly from Ahl al-Bayt, where it says أذكركم أهل البيت. Of course it's my time, that's right.
Still got a minute.
That's all right, let him go.
I respond to that.
No, I'm saying you didn't
yes,
okay.
I didn't respond to that.
I put to you that when the Prophet peace upon him said, I leave you two weighty, heavy things.
Yes.
Because we are Muslims, and because of the thing that's left, i.e. the Quran, we're talking about extremely, extremely important things for the whole world. So therefore, we have to understand that the criteria for importance here is the Quran. When you leave something with the Quran and call both of them heavy, we know that when the Prophet peace be upon him said, that you will be held to account, just like you will be held to account in regards to the Quran. You will be held to account about your treatment of Ahlul Bayt. So Abu Bakr will be held to account. Umar will be held to account. Imam will be held to account.
I must fire big geek.
Man's pissed right now.
What happened?
Of how they responded and treated Ahlul Bayt.
Okay, we're done? Okay, so in response...
See me, fam.
I just took next man's thing.
Man started a prayer circle. Yeah? You can't stop no one from praying. I don't know who these police think they are, but they ain't no fucking god. Are you smoking something? Oh, why is everyone cool? Man, them get bad for Shias and bad for this one and bad for Sarah. Blood, man, I forget bad when man really come. You know what I want already? Why Akis no?
Yeah? Don't know.
All of Ahl Bayt, not just Fatima. Give to Al-Abbas as well. And then during the time of Umar, it was split between Abbas and Ali, who managed the funds of Fadak. Umar gave Yanbu' to Ali. They were well treated. But again, remember, the topic has been changed by him. The topic was the appointment of the 12 imams. And I responded, the appointment of the 12 imams. How will they be appointed if not by name? He says, التمسك بأهل البيت, or the remembrance by Allah, remembered by Allah, وذكركم الله بأهل بيتي في أهل بيتي. Okay, that is not sufficient evidence for the imama of the 12. Again, as I said previously, Muhammad bin Hanafiya from Ahl al-Bayt, Shia has appointed him as an imam. Al-Nafs al-Zakiyya was appointed by Shia as an imam. Abdullah bin Ja'far was appointed by Shia as imam. Ismail bin Ja'far, I don't know if you're familiar with these names. Are you familiar with these names? These are people that were appointed by the Shias as the imams. Why should I accept the 12 imams that you want me to accept? Why not the other imams?
Okay. So, in regards to what the gentleman has said, I've already stated that this hadith I'm presenting, hadith al-Thaqilain, in regards to appointment. So when I say they will be held to account, I mean held to account by accepting them as rightly guided Khalif, appointed Khalif, not their duties as in being kind. Held to account, i.e. accepting them or the Khalifas from Ahlul Bayt. Okay? So I'm just saying, you went on to Fadak and all, there was no need.
I know, you brought
context, no, but I'm saying, I've already mentioned that I'm saying here that this is the way the Prophet before him appointed, yeah? Okay. Okay, so I think that's it. That's my two evidence. I don't think I need to reduce anymore.
All right. So I'll repeat one thing. I'll kind of skew it to make it easier for you, because as you said it's impossible to provide the names of the 12 imams from Sunni sources. I agree. Can you provide the imam of the 12 imams from Shia sources? Please.
I could do.
Please do it now.
But I don't have them with me.
Oh.
Number one. And names. I've already told.
Just the names.
No, I'm saying to you, all I know, because I know you're going to take the argument further and further. What my point is. Whose time is that? No, but he asked me a question. Yeah.
Let me rephrase the question just to make it easier for you. Okay. All right. I want from the brother appointment of the 12 imams from Shi'i sources. I'm not asking from Sunni sources. From Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I want Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to appoint the 12 imams. Can you do that?
I can. But
his time, please.
I will not. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hey, wait, check it out.
No, I can.
Yeah.
But I will not do it.
All right.
Because as I said, the Sunnis hold the belt, if you like, as being the true Muslim to the world. They are the majority. They present themselves as... So it's them who has to be accountable. So I will only use their books. Do you understand? Because as soon as I go to my books, they're going to say, what about the chain? And start saying, what about the hadith? And the discussion goes on, and I've already had these discussions. So it's very simple. Once you have the Prophet, peace upon him, leaving Ahlul Bayt with the Quran as two heavy things, and then I bring in 12, how many caliphs? 12, that's it, khalas. I don't need it. I'm saying, what's the opposition? The other story is Abu Bakr. And we know that Umar bin Khattab didn't accept this. That he'd be rightly guided and appointed in these various things. So, you know, there you go. You've got your choice. Eh? Sunnis, you've got your choice. Either you go with the concept of a rightly guided caliph, an Islamically legitimate caliph, Abu Bakr Uthman, which Umar bin Khattab refutes, which Imam Ali refutes, Aisha refutes, and Abu Bakr himself refutes. So it's very clear that we have with us, as presented in your own books, the Prophet, peace upon him, leaving with the Quran and calling you to be held accountable to Allah regarding Ahlul Bayt. I suggest Sunnis, use your aql. When the Prophet allegedly, according to you, said, I leave you two things, Quran and Sunnah, you do not say he said to be kind to the Sunnah, love the Sunnah. No, you're saying to follow the Sunnah. So how come when it comes to Quran and Ahlul Bayt now, you just be kind to them and love them? What hypocrisy is this? What double standards and foolishness is this? Stick to, be consistent, and say, well, if he left the Ahlul Bayt with the Quran, that means they are to guide you in Islam with the Quran, using the Quran. Very simple, very straightforward. Be consistent and be sincere.
How long has the whole thing been so far? Okay, inshallah.
Okay. So whatever you
Please. This is a serious debate.
Okay, so guys,
No, I want to speak to you.
Voices down slightly.
It's a one-on-one.
10 minutes we're done. 10 minutes we're done.
Okay.
Guys, watch out the camera, yeah? I'm starting.
Okay, you're debating. Okay.
It's been 15 minutes and he still hasn't provided the appointment of the 12 imams from Sunni sources. He admits, alhamdulillah, I appreciate this, he admits that he cannot do it from Sunni sources. I asked him to do it from Shi'i sources. Nope. What can I do? What can I do?
Just the names.
By the way, then you have your 2 minutes. When your 2 minutes are done, I want you to use it all. I'm gonna repeat the same thing.
Okay. Basically, I mean, there's no need for me to repeat myself again and again. My evidence, all I need to prove is the appointment of the first one. And that there's 12 in Sunni books. Once we have refuted the concept of shura, or a sudden slip, which you're not allowed to repeat according to Umar bin Khattab, or the way that Umar bin Khattab was chosen by Abu Bakr, or the consultation of 5 or 6 or whichever, how Uthman was chosen. None of these are Islamic. But we do have the Prophet, peace upon him, leaving the Ahlul Bayt with the Quran? It's very straightforward, very simple for those who are sincere. I guess this is a test from Allah for all the Muslims. It's up to you. Take your pick. We have 12. He can say there's many more than 12 and there's just 12 to keep it strong. The point is it a coincidence that we have 12 and you have 4 rightly guided caliphs? I mean, there's no hadith that said 4 rightly guided caliphs. Why didn't the Prophet say 4 or 5? There's no mention of 4. But he mentions 12 and we believe in 12. You understand? It's very simple and very straightforward. So, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay. All right.
Makes sense.
Mumtaz. Okay, so now, inshallah, very briefly, I'm going to show the issue with Tashayyu'. This is one of the biggest issues with Tashayyu'. Even in Shi'i books, we have a problem with naming of the 12 khulafa, the 12 imams. Okay? We have in Kitab al-Kulaini, in the Sajda of al-Shukr, when you're going to do Sujood al-Shukr,
Can you stand here for 1 minute?
he says that I swear by Allah and His angels and the prophets and the messengers and all the creation that you are my Lord and Islam is my religion. Okay? And he says, and Muhammad is my prophet, and Ali and Fulan and Fulan and the rest of the imams. He does not mention the imams. This occurred when this Al-Kulaini died in the year 329. Okay? And during the time of Ibn Babawayh Saduq, the year 381, what happens? The exact same hadith, however, with the addition. Muhammad is my prophet, Ali is my imam, Al-Hassan, Al-Hussein, Ali bin Hussein, Muhammad bin Ali, Ja'far bin Muhammad, Musa bin Ja'far, Ali bin Musa, Muhammad bin Ali, Ali bin Muhammad, Al-Hassan bin Ali, Al-Hujjah bin Hassan bin Ali. Even in Tashayyu', they struggle finding names of their imams, and the names were interpolated into their later sources. This is one of the biggest issues with Tashayyu'. Not only do they have trouble finding the stuff, well obviously it's not going to be in our hadiths, but even in their hadiths they're struggling to prove this due to the interpolations. Wallah al-musta'an.
Okay, Brother Farid.
Again,
same topic, 5 minutes.
Very simply, like I said, I'm Issa the great black intellectual chief. I do not need to waste time going into individual names like I did with the debate regarding Abu Bakr. My claim is very clear. According to Sunni books, Sunni hadith, Abu Bakr is Islamically legitimate caliph. So once I've refuted that anyway for you Sunnis, therefore your only other option would be to accept divine appointment. And Hadith al-Thaqilain clearly for the sincere points to this. And then you just have to say, well, how many? You have at least 4 hadiths in Sahih Muslim. The Prophet said 12. Why did he not say 4 or 5? How clear is this? If you are sincere, clear cut. Let's say the Shia in the past differed on which imams or taqiyya or had weak hadith. Let's say they did. The point is, all of our sunnah is in the bin. Now you can come to the Quran Ahlul Bayt and then you can study for yourself. That's as simple as that. What the point is number 1, divine appointment. Number 2, 12. That's it. Khalas. The whole thing is finished. That's it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Are we at an hour now? We've gone an hour. How much more, bro?
It's 15 minutes. It's 10 minutes.
It's 15 minutes more than 10 minutes
It's
ago.
basically no. It's 15 minutes.
You said
It was 40 minutes. Now it's 50.
We've got 10 minutes left.
Okay.
You really want to continue?
So Isa said this is a matter of ijtihad. If you have, yes, ijtihad, it's like a guessing game. If we believe in 12 imams, if we believe in Ahl al-Bayt, you put 2 and 2 together and you come up with the 12 Shi'i imams. La, this is false. First of all, no Sunni says that the Khulafa are only 12. No Sunni says this. No Sunni in the world says this. The hadith is speaking about a specific period of greatness. Islam will remain in a state of greatness. The hadith of Jabir bin Samura and Sahih Muslim.
Which is when? When's this period? When's this period?
The first 100 years. The first 100 years of Islam was that period of greatness. Of course, the Ottomans don't count. This hadith is speaking about, it says, La yazal. Islam will remain in a state of greatness until 12 Khalifas. Does that mean it includes Yazid? Islam was in a state of greatness, Habibi. Islam was in a state of greatness during the time of Yazid. During the time
I had my hotspot on and I went over there.
Islam spread from from China to Spain. That's in the first 12, the time of the first 12 caliphs. It has nothing to do with Yazid being a nice guy, with Yazid being a pious man. It has nothing to do with that. Ahl Sunnah don't say that. Many of Ahl Sunnah make la'an of Yazid. All right, I know the game you're playing.
It's not a game.
One more time, the appointment of the imams, it's been 50 minutes, 52 minutes almost. He has not been able to provide evidence for the appointment. This discussion is about the appointment of the imams. It's not about ijtihad. You have a hadith that has the number 12 in it. I like this number. And then Ahl al-Bayt, okay, so from the 12, okay, they must be Ahl al-Bayt. We believe in 12 and Ahl al-Bayt, therefore we must be upon haqq. Your time.
Okay, as we can clearly see, the weirdness and strangeness of the Al-Sunnah group. He's saying that the Sunnis make lahna on Yazid, but yet,
5 minutes left.
Are you finished?
5 minutes.
Includes,
Okay, you're joining
Yazid
us after this.
as part of the
He's
talk.
going to
Please
bring
don't
it to
interrupt.
us.
Please don't interrupt. Are you there? But yet we have somehow they want to include Yazid and the other Umayyad caliphs. Very strange. Obviously, if you're a Sunni, I suggest you read about the first 100 years, as he's referring to, and what they did to the righteous Tabi'een and Tabi'een. Bear in mind, they catapulted the Kaaba. They burnt the Kaaba in the second generation. I don't think that should be repeated. I don't think you should be following such a generation. I don't think, when the Prophet, peace be upon him, mentioned 12 caliphs, obviously as the Prophet is saying this, he would be putting an importance to the 12 caliphs. He will be, as a Prophet, he's trying to highlight that they must be righteous. These must be people who follow, otherwise why mention them? You're going to put according to Sunnis, 4 rightly guided caliphs with other caliphs like Yazid? Why would you put them in the same, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I mean, it might make sense to the Sunnis, but alhamdulillah for the sincere. Read the history, that's all I've got to say. Read the history sincerely, and it'll be clear for the sincere. He's actually mentioned Yazid. I'm still in shock that he would dare to say Yazid is one of the 12 caliphs mentioned by the Rasul. But hey, that's Al-Sunnah for you. There you go, I think.
Brother Farid, I just had to quickly interrupt you.
Someone 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay.
Sorry man, I can't do that live salam. I was going to salam to my brother, someone called Mu'ad or whatever.
Okay. One more time. Okay, just very, very fast question. Is the time of the 12 imams, is that a time of greatness? Your 12 imams?
I'm saying as long as Islam is preserved,
yes.
Islam as compared to Christianity, I'm explaining.
No. Very, very simple. The time of the 12 caliphs, was that a time for greatness or not?
In Islam, yes. As in the religion is preserved, yes.
Okay. Then we agree. Then we agree.
No. Stop.
Yes.
Let me explain.
Yes.
I.e., unlike Christianity, where there is no preservation of the books.
It's my time, man. It's my time.
Okay, then don't ask me any questions.
One more time. Very simply, is the time of the 12 imams, because you say that the 12 imams are 12 Shia imams, right? Is that a time of greatness or not?
Am I going to answer without you interrupting?
It's a simple yes or no question.
It depends what you mean then, doesn't it? I'm talking about the religion, i.e. the ideology, the religion, the teachings being great, being preserved.
Okay.
You might be talking about the dominance.
Okay, yes. This is our difference of understanding.
Okay.
He says it's about preservation of ideology. Okay.
The religion.
The religion.
Yeah.
And the Sunni understanding and the Islamic and the basic understanding from the language, it's about a state of greatness, a state of strength. And as everyone knows, when people speak about the conquests of Islam and the greatness of Islam, we're talking about that period of the first 100 years. It's not about the goodness of these people. It's not about the goodness of the Khulafa. It's about the greatness of Islam at that heightened period. And again, it says until 12 caliphs. It goes on. It goes on. It never says that there are only 12 caliphs in the whole time of Islam. The issue with Isa is he's unable to prove the appointment of the 12. Again, it's been 56 minutes, he's been unable to.
As I said again,
Closing? Is it closing? Yeah, let's close.
as I said again, I mean, I don't know, I'm using Sunni books. So you don't expect to hear, and when I say using Sunni books, I only limit myself to Bukhari and Muslim.
For a second, yeah? I want to get my charger.
There are obviously other hadith I could quote in other books, but I try to make sure that I limit myself to Bukhari and Muslim. The fact that hadith are thaqilayn, the Prophet, peace upon him, is he's given a long speech, and then he tells you what he's leaving for the whole ummah. The whole ummah from the beginning to the day of judgment. The Quran and Ahl al-Bayt. If it was a Sunni say, be kind to them, da 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 da, why would we need them with the Quran? How do they benefit us with the Quran? The point of leaving a group of people with a book.
It's a new argument. It's a closing,
with a book.
it's a
Excuse
closing
me.
statement.
Don't interrupt. The point of leaving a group of human beings with a book would only be to assist you in that book, guiding you through in understanding that book. What's the point otherwise? Why would you leave them together? Why didn't you say, before you said I leave you two things, or I leave you the Quran, I leave you my family, be kind to my family, then say I leave you the book of Allah and the Sunnah? Doesn't make sense. The only reason you'd leave the Ahlul Bayt with the Quran is because you have the Ahlul Bayt, starting with Ali, to guide the Muslims with the Quran, teach you about the deen of Allah. Very simple, very plain. Rather than you having to choose between 100 or 1,000 Sahaba who fought against each other, you get confused, so you got fatwa here, fatwa there, all kind of different Sunni sects, Sunni religion, you're confused. And because obviously, you know, the oppression of the Shia, obviously there's some issues there. But there you go. That's my summary.
All right. So my closing statement. A whole hour. He wasn't able to provide the appointments of the 12 imams from Sunni books. I asked him to do it from Shia books. No. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is clear proof that they cannot do it from our books, and they have to convert us to tashayyu' before we accept their 12 imams. There's this circular issue here that's happening that we need to solve. One more time, holding on to al-thaqalain, that's not there. Hold on to the Quran, and I remind you by Allah of my Ahlul Bayt.
Wow, you said it.
Habibi.
Congratulations.
And that's all it is. One more time, 1 whole hour, he wasn't able to provide the appointment of 12 imams from the books of Ahl Sunnah. And he said no. When I asked him to provide it from the books of Shias, he said no. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Good reputation. Is that it?
I've read the Quran.
Yes.
Is that it?
No one can understand
Is that it? Is that it?
I'm not Muslim. How can you?
Thank you very much.
You understand the Quran?
Thank you, Isa.
No one can understand the Quran.
Okay.
No one can understand the Quran.
All right.
Because where does the Quran start?
Where does it start?
Yeah.
In the beginning.
No.
Farid.
What's up?
brother called Mu'adh as-salam.
Say what?
Where does the Quran start?
Mu'adh as-salam.
And you know the issue about abrogation. Abrogation in the Quran. So if you don't know where the Quran starts, we don't know where the abrogation starts.
He knows better than me.
To say something I don't know.
It's alright, Jazakallah.
How are you?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
How's it been today? Because I came late. Is anything special?
I don't know, I was working as well.
Is the SARS something we dealt with now?
I don't know, bro.
At the time was crazy.
Bro, like I said, yeah, Saracen went over the top. He apologized. You know.
It's like Black Dunya, do you know if Black Dunya's happy or like?
Hold up for me, man.
Is he content or anything like that?
Bro, hopefully, like I said, he apologized and.
Yeah, I understand.
But I don't know, like.
Oh, bro, you should have seen what he's doing in the live stream comments.
Bro, that's on my one, yeah.
Yeah, I even took screenshots.
On my one.
Yeah, on your live stream.
I was shocked as well. I had to double check that was him.
Well, you checked it again.
Because every time he was commenting, I was so shocked. Yeah. I was like going and checking that was that Saracen himself.
Yeah. Even I was shocked. Even
I always knew that he had that. When I saw the Omar video, I always knew he had that side of him, but that was another no when he was saying his moms and that stuff.
Anyway, like I said, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it, but anyway, bro.
Could have hit off.
Alright, we didn't say that thing. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the Brother Farid debate. Just recording.
That's what I'm saying. But they were
Whoa, whoa. Hold on, guys. Yeah, bro. I'm just here for about.
You need a system that guarantees everybody equal rights. We don't have it. We don't have
I am the father of one.
Yeah, I can't really talk about science.
However you want to translate, whatever message you want to do, other than faith, blind faith. Whatever message you want to do, but I don't have the Holy Spirit. I don't have the Holy Spirit. You're going to try to
Disgusting comment. Allied atheist lines. Yeah, you might as well be careful in the comments, man. Go over the top. Walaikum salam.
Hold in my pocket.
Many of these things not accepted.
I know, bro. Subhanallah.
Not all of those things are accepted.
I bought this to do a time lapse. Put it here on the floor. So it's on this time lapse.
How does it work?
Huh?
You know it's not plugged in now, is it?
No. Nothing's plugged in. Just a stand. You can like hold it like that. You know, like in the jam shops. You know what? Basically, you know when you were rolling around with the thing. If I had that, I bought that. I could have done the ties like that. Do you understand? Would have been bad, bro. Huh? No. Basically, I've done 30 minutes. I don't go. I don't know what? That's too much. They're finished anyway. At the end of job. So it's about 12 minutes. It's about 5 minutes. And
what did the early church fathers say at the different churches? And according to Eusebius. So I've shown you what kind of things that
really good quality. 720 my live stream. Live feed.
You can, in terms of your things, more so. Yeah? That doesn't mean to say you're
Alright, that's it, bro. Kemet Kang's in the house, yeah?
the devil has inspired. If he's a prophet of the devil, then you're saying that he's preserved a text better than God.
Where's thingy? Brother Sabur. Sabur was here today.
And when we see that the teaching
The destroyer of Rob.
your text, and affirm
Huh? Where is he? Where? Oh, over there. Nah, that's not him.
It's been nice to meet you.
No. No, it's not, bro. That is not Sabur. No, it's not. There. Let's see what's happening. There's Sabur over there. I'm gonna go and. All right, Rob. I'm taking you to your destroyer, Rob. Sorry, man. I'm gonna take you to your destroyer. Destroyer of Rob. But if I was given this by the other people, can you say hello to Rob? The Rob, Speakers Corner UK. Okay. Yeah. Just saying the one you buried.
No, I didn't bury anyone.
Huh?
I didn't bury anyone.
Bro, he's still hurt by his.
We can have another conversation.
Yeah, Rob, you can have another conversation.
Yeah.
You might as well tell him he's on the comment sections here.
Okay.
Let me see what he's saying. Rob, do you have any messages? Where are you, Mr. Rob? Speakers Corner UK.
What were you talking about?
Sorry to disturb you, Rob. Sorry. Sorry.
Just
yeah, you guys carry on. You guys
keep
carry on.
That note. No, we can have another conversation if you want.
Yeah, Rob, have another conversation. You know,
hard feelings.
You know, hard feelings, innit? Yeah, because I think he got a bit hurt. I know, Rob. Well, it's a field of discussions, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. Rob, did Rob sell his? I heard he sold his camera on eBay, I think, or something like that. After
you're adding salt to the wound.
No. That's what I heard. You know, that's what I heard. He sold all his gear and. I'm only joking, Rob. Take some banter, mate. Yeah.
Skydive Phil.
Yeah.
Does he still come here?
Ask him.
Because Skydive Phil was saying some stuff about evolution, and I think Rob does some videos with him. So I thought it'd be nice if in the summer.
Yeah.
I'll be coming in a few weeks' time.
Definitely.
Skydive Phil was talking to Shabir about human evolution and stuff like that. So it'd be nice if Rob's watching that. Maybe you can set up a conversation between us two.
Yeah. And what about have you heard? Did you see this on YouTube? This new thing. There's no clash.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no clash.
Yeah,
what about that? Can you like?
I don't know who set that up, but
because what happened is they were on 500, 600 subscribers.
Yeah.
And I shared a couple of their videos on my YouTube page, on the second one, my second channel. And what happened was, when I woke up in the next morning, they were on like 5,000, 6,000 subscribers. Right. And everyone on my subscribing asking, oh, why did you take the videos down? Because I got impressed and I shared it on my channel, and then I hear they don't accept the Sirah or something like that. Brother John Fontaine said that.
Okay. What it is whenever we have people talking about Islam, Quran, whatever it is, they have to speak with knowledge.
Yeah.
What this channel, from what I've seen, is like scientific miracles again.
Okay.
Right? It's all that stuff. That was a big mistake in the da'wah. That was something which was embarrassing. That was something which scholars actually spoke about, but no one really listening to them. This is decades ago. So this whole idea, I mean, I don't want to talk too much about the channel. I'd rather talk about broadly the science and the Quran sort of thing. We need to understand the sources of science, the foundations of science, the problem induction, underdetermination, all these types of things, and understand that actually science doesn't give you absolute certainty in these things. So how can you take something which is uncertain and then try and prove something else? You can't. So these sort of channels and these sort of videos, they're quite famous, and you know, sometimes people even, you know, say, oh, I became Muslim because of this, but we should, even if it works, we should openly say this is not Islamic. In fact, this is something which is damaging, and the reason why it's damaging essentially is because somebody using science in the Quran, scientific miracles in the Quran, when they know it's wrong, is lying. And you can't convey Islam when lying.
Yes, of course.
So I would never share videos with there's no clash, and alhamdulillah you took it down, because
they took it down. They got, because through me, not just through me, like I did help them a bit by sharing on my channel. They got a lot of subscribers.
Okay.
They got a lot. What do you have everybody here?
Like, we came with a few guys.
Oh, okay.
So he's herding the cats.
All right. Okay. So yeah, like I said, when I woke up next morning, they were on a 5-6K, because their videos were like 500, 600 views, 3-4 months old. As soon as I'm not saying I'm taking all the thing for it, but I've noticed they took my videos down. You know, they reported it, and they got all the videos down. Yeah. So
did they strike you?
No, nothing like that. Alhamdulillah, they didn't do that. So nothing like that happened. They just took the videos down, and then 2-3 days later, they're on 40,000 subscribers. In like, you know, I'm thinking, wow, you know.
And the thing is, look, you can easily break down some of their arguments. So one of the arguments they use, bro, is they say your camera can go missing.
they say the Big Bang's in the Quran, this sort of thing, the science miracles, right? Now, what if cosmologists come up with a model which is like the static state model, which is like, you know, the universe is eternal, something like this. So right now, those proponents of science in the Quran, they're saying the Big Bang's in the Quran. Well, what if the scientific consensus moves towards some sort of eternal universe in the next 50 years?
Yeah, that's true.
Then you're basically, what you're doing is you're then going to do a U-turn and say, oh, the Big Bang's not in the Quran. Actually, the Quran's in line with this. I mean, you're just making a fool of
it's
yourself.
like moving the goalposts when it suits you.
It's moving the goalposts, and also what you're doing is you're feeding into scientism. You're feeding into the idea that science leads to certainty.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this is just an inferiority complex that people have developed because of the scientific revolution, which is understandable, but it's not understandable once you understand the philosophy of science.
When are you coming next? So we can just tell the brothers here. Like for sure, because
Inshallah,
I saw a comment.
I'm going to be coming probably when the weather's nicer and it's a bit warmer. I've been traveling a bit and I've been busy for the last couple of months, so I wasn't even planning to come today, but it just happened last minute.
Okay.
But inshallah, I'm going to be coming over the summer. Inshallah.
Over the summer. So what? Next week?
No, not
no
next
way.
week.
Next week is going to be quite a big thing. A lot of people coming.
The far right type thing.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be busy.
Okay.
So
you're not coming next week or the following week? Like roughly, like, or just want to have a pinpoint.
The thing is, then it's Ramadan, so I want to come after Ramadan.
After Ramadan.
Yeah.
So you heard that, Phil? He's coming after Ramadan, summertime, inshallah. So yeah. So let's see what Mr.
Is Skydive Phil there?
Skydive Phil. He mentioned a message saying he wanted you to have a debate with him. Rob, can you repeat your
Because the thing is, Skydive Phil, he was having a discussion with Shabir.
Okay.
About evolution.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, I'm studying that topic at the moment. So let's set up a discussion.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a discussion.
Yeah. No one claims science leads to certainty. It's a complete straw man.
Sorry?
Rob just said no one claims science leads to certainty. It's a straw man. Well, you didn't say that though.
Actually,
well, you just
to say no one leaves. Actually, no. Let's have the discussion in person.
Yeah.
The thing is, even I saw Rob sort of reply, where he was basically replying to the video that we made together. I didn't see all of it. The thing is, it's better to just have these discussions, because the thing is, I can make a mistake when speaking. Like, for example, I can say, okay, this person was a atheist, but that person might have been a Christian. That could be an actual mistake I can make. I can make a mistake in maybe stuttering. I can make a mistake in certain things.
We're going to see you there in the restaurant.
The overall argument of what I'm saying,
which one?
Is that correct or is that wrong? And to get to the bottom of that, we just have to iron it out.
Name, please.
Fundamentally, to say that people don't believe that science leads to certainty, that's a straw man. That's not actually true.
Some people think that. I've seen that. Yes.
A lot of people believe science leads to certainty. In fact, scientism as a concept would not exist.
Because
if people didn't believe it leads to certainty. So I'd rather not have like back and forth about details, but just get to the crux of it. So the issue is this: the atheist movement has aligned itself to science as if science supports atheism. That's the crux of the matter that me and Rob were basically speaking about. And that's the crux of the matter that I'd like to speak to Skydive Phil about in context of evolution, Darwinian evolution. Because some of the things that Skydive Phil said to Shabir were actually incorrect. So I wanted to correct him on that. And also that Rob, who is seen as, as a atheist, sort of new atheist sort of figure, who's making videos, who's doing this and that, if you're going to speak about atheism and evolution like you have been doing, then you should know what you're talking about. And for me, for example, to talk about Islam's a very wide topic, but there may be some areas of Islam that I don't know about. But overall, when it comes to the crux of it, okay, I do know what Islam's about, so I can speak about that. But if you are going to represent atheism, which I think Rob does, which I think Skydive Phil does actually do, then you need to actually know what you're talking about. And that's the minimum requirement for somebody to actually come And if they think they're representing atheism, whatever, it's the minimum requirement that they should understand what they're actually speaking about.
And a lot of atheists I've noticed, they'll say that, like, oh, we never said science leads to absolute, and
yeah,
but they
do
always
terms,
like insinuate heavily on the science thing, you know, like, and then they'll pull the cat out the bag. Oh, we didn't say that, we don't mean that. But
well, the thing is, look, this is something which is, they show a certain face when they're speaking to certain people and certain other faces when they're speaking to other people. So even famous atheists like Matt Dillhunty, you know, in his debates, when he's having debates, he'll be like, I don't say there's absolutely no God, and you know, I never made a claim. It's a lack of belief in God. But when it comes to, when he's talking to his own atheist audience, he has a different tone. He says, no, there is no God. So you'll find this with, you know, I hope Rob or Skydive Phil doesn't actually do this, and the mistakes which I saw that Skydive Phil was making with Shabir, I hope he doesn't retract on them, because those are on video.
Okay.
And so I want to have a discussion with him.
Yeah.
Because Skydive...
You're going to do a video on that, or you're going to do a like yourself, or...
What, with Skydive Phil?
Yeah.
No, I thought I'll come to the park and we'll speak.
Okay.
Because he said I want to know, what does he believe about evolution? He said one particular thing which was clearly false, and that particular thing being false is not really the issue, because you can make a mistake when speaking. Anyone can make a mistake when speaking. The issue is not making a mistake when speaking. The issue is, are you deliberately trying to fool the public because they don't know about that particular issue?
Yeah, that's true.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Because anybody can make a mistake when speaking. You can say,
slip of the tongue, yeah.
Slip of the tongue or whatever, right? I mean, that's understandable. But I feel that with the atheist community, there's a sort of double speak. There's a sort of, you know, there's an agenda which is to try and align themselves with science, which is to try and, you know, show that their worldview is somehow underpinned by science. But funnily enough, when you actually have discussions, or they have discussions with people who actually know about the philosophy of science, that's when they change their tone. No, we never said science leads to atheism. No, we never said that science is not is certain. No, we never said these things. But then what you'll find is, on their own private videos, on their own private conversations, they'll actually say the opposite.
Yeah.
And even in the conversation with Rob, he was like, you know, in the beginning he was saying something, and later on he was saying something else.
Yeah, that's true. I've noticed that. And I've noticed that he'll say things like, oh, this is free speech, and we should talk about it. I'll protect the right for others to insult each other. But when he gets mocked, I've noticed he gets a little bit...
You see, with something like that, here's what I would say to him, and maybe this is how we can start off our next discussion. He's talking about rights. What rights under atheism? Rights is an illusion. It's like color perception. The grass is not really green. Green is the color that bounces off. Right? Moral realism makes no sense under atheism.
Check it, yeah.
Under naturalism, makes no sense.
Yeah.
What you have is moral subjectivity. You know, where is morality in the real world? Where are you guys going? Station? Okay.
You gonna go? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna head off.
All right, then.
But inshallah, God willing, if Skydive Phil, in fact, you know, that's good. If we have a discussion, Skydive Phil, myself, on Darwinian evolution, and we start off with, you know, the conversation about...
Yeah, talk to him direct. He's
there? Okay.
Yeah, just tell him.
So basically, I thought we can have a conversation about Darwinian evolution. Does Darwinism undermine the existence of God? Is Darwinian evolution a fact, like true, literally? And let's speak about those two things.
Right.
And if you actually think that Darwinian evolution is not a absolutely true, and if you think it does not undermine God, well, in that case we could just go down there and have coffee, and we have nothing to disagree about. But if you do want to defend those two things, if you do believe Darwinian evolution undermines God, and if you do believe Darwinian evolution is true, then we can have a discussion.
Let's get it on, yeah? Saying about
Inshallah.
what, a month and a half or whatever?
Well, I'm going to try and calm down again.
Yeah. So you're going to come after Ramadan, basically. Ramadan,
After
yeah?
Ramadan.
After Ramadan. So that's when he's going to come, Mr. Rob and Phil. So.
I mean, look, to be honest, this is for any atheist.
Okay.
You know, I don't have anything in particular against Rob or Skydive Phil or whoever.
But it would be nice if they were there, yeah?
Yeah, of course. I don't mind talking to any atheist. The reality is, the truth is the truth, and atheism has absolutely nothing to do with science. Atheists didn't even come up with a scientific method, and the false marriage between atheism and science is something that has to be exposed. That's it.
Alright, great, inshallah. Okay, brother. It's cold, isn't it, man?
Yeah, it is very
cold. So, I think your brothers are gone, the other brothers. Alright then, guys. Yeah, see you guys next time.
Doing good work.
Yeah, jazakallah. Alright, take care, guys. Alright, you heard that, Rob, yeah? You guys moved.
Yeah. Show me how you
Because they're stupid. They're
Alright, brothers. Hope you enjoyed that. Gonna switch off all the cameras and join the brothers to eat now. So take care. And Rob, I'll message you on Twitter or on Facebook. Yeah. Alright, take care, guys. And assalamu alaikum, everyone. King Mamba. And who else? Mr. Brother Abdi.
I don't like it.
Everyone in the chat section, yeah?